Hello again. This is me again, and this has been now my 27th week on TFR. And this week, I'm so happy that I got a proper loss. Last week, I said actually I'm very optimistic about that. I will lose all what I gained at my holidays, and I did it, plus an extra £2, which means actually that I lost £8 this week, which makes total of now 5.8 stone, £81. That's really something that's. I think that the first week is always the best, isn't it? Because it gives you the motivation to go on, and the results are very good always. But we have to consider it's going to slow down after that. That's my phase 3. I'm used to that now, but I think we all need the first week, don't we? Because the first week is really actually setting the motivation, and we feel so much more powerful and full of energy to move on. So the first week, how did it go? Actually, it went well because in a way I'm used to TFR. I know what I'm doing and everything. But I had 2 days over the week when I was almost starving. I was so hungry. I was actually, my cheating has always been, or my dilemma has been actually whether I have an extra pack. I have never actually considered while on TFR to having something else or go to the fridge and have something, well, the regular food. So it's always been a dilemma for me about whether I have a fifth pack in a day. So, but fighting the hunger is actually, it's not easy. And that's the first time I actually had to face really seriously my own motto of taking it hour by hour. And it was the slowest 2 days because every hour seemed like 5 hours. But what I did, how I managed actually, that I deceived my stomach with bouillon. So broth, and I did it, I think 3 times in a row or something, but it's like soup, isn't it? So, or 2 times in a row. Well, anyway. And that worked perfectly fine. And then I had water, had all kind of liquids. So that's how I managed to do it. But it was a slow process of just moving from 1 hour to another hour. But I had, when I posted my last week, my Transformation Tuesday picture, then I had actually very different questions coming to me, and I just wanted to share actually some of the questions because I think that's when we all start with our dieting or our weight loss journey, then we all face that. And one of the questions was actually that how did I manage to conquer all the we get all we how did I manage to do with all the occasions that's coming, all the events that we have in our lives? Because I wasn't here for in summertime, so it means that summer is always full of different events and occasions. And I think that's the first phase that I did. I was on a TFR for 12 weeks, as it's actually that's the maximum time to be in ketosis for the in one set. But I did avoid different occasions and events, and my close friends knew about it, what's going on, and then I had my birthday, and I came off the plan, and that was the big celebration and the prize for getting through the 12 weeks. In my phase 2, actually, my mindset had already been changing a lot, and it wasn't such a problem anymore, because I think that one thing to always remember is the weight loss is so rapid, so quick, that our mind takes more time to get used to the ideas. I still feel so much more bigger person than I actually am, but I can't help it. It just takes time. And that's why actually my mindset took some time to change as well. But it started in a phase 2, yes. And I remember going out on a barbecue and going out with friends. I was just prepared. So luckily, my close friends here have also been doing the diet, so it wasn't a problem to take my New Year burgers with me or just drink water through the night. But I went on a date. I remember I was drinking the bubbly sparkling water. But I also told actually it's not important to have a meal or drink. It's all about meeting people, isn't it? So that's how I did it. But the other question was about how do I plan my days, and I first, when I started the plan, I tried to make actually my weekly plan, put in a small plastic like a sandwich bags, my daily packs, so I wouldn't have to worry about it. But soon enough, I realized actually that that's not for me, because even now, when I feel hungry, I go to my pack drawer, and I look at the packs, and then I decide how I feel at this moment, because sometimes it's just I can't predict what my taste buds prefer this day, but it's like a treat. I can pick, and I like the process of actually choosing, because I have a choice. I have a smaller choice than most of the people actually on the page, because I don't eat any spicy food, but I'm perfectly fine with it because I love the packs that I do have. So actually, my regular meal plan is morning. For breakfast, I have usually a pancakes are my favorite. So the second is actually the omelette, and third favorite is the porridge, the maple. Is it apple cinnamon? Yes. And I make them actually in the oven as small cupcakes. So they are. I don't eat porridge. I don't eat any shakes, but I use the shakes actually on a bit of a topping for pancakes and my small porridge cupcakes. I don't also eat soups because I'm just not a soup person. But for lunch, I always have um, either noodle nosh or the cottage pie. Yes, these are my two. So I always juggle between those two. And in the evening for dinner, I pretty much every time have pasta carbonara and a chocolate brownie for dessert. And I also stock up with the jelly. So in the evening, when I watch telly, I always have my jellies with me. So because I know I've always been the person who actually starts eating in the evening. So that's been a big help. And if I have, then my salt and vinegar crisps are always with me as well. So yeah, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer to them. And so my second week back on TFR has started. I know I'm not going to lose that much this week, but I'm certainly going to lose because I'm all about drinking my water and running to the loo and sticking to the plan. So good luck to us all, and I shall speak to you next week.